Hi, it's Claudia, and today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between shame and condemnation and conviction. So I have had both of these things happen to me in the past week, and I have seen it quite often online, especially nowadays with everything that's going on. So I thought maybe it would be useful to share my experience and how I have overcome shame and condemnation. So in this particular video, I want to talk about the difference between shame and condemnation and conviction, and we're going to talk about the details of it and how to overcome it in other videos. So with shame and condemnation, the most important thing that we have to remember is that it's very, very general. It usually you get called some sort of names, or you are deemed like just a bad person or wrong or altogether stupid or something like this. So what happened with me about a week ago is I had shared a post on my Facebook profile, and I didn't really think a lot about it. It was something about the US, and I live in Sweden, so it doesn't really affect me that much. So I didn't put a lot of thought into it. And then this person wrote a comment and called my post disgusting. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what shame and condemnation are. They're so general. Like, which part of it was it disgusting? I have no idea. So then I asked, it is why, right? I wanted to get into it to see if maybe I had made a mistake and I could correct it. But the person wasn't willing to go into it with me, and the response was something along the lines like, it's not worth wasting their breath on someone like me who can't even figure this out. So this is the kind of thing, like, it just, I don't know if it's meant to, but it kind of makes you feel bad about yourself if you let it. So this is shame and condemnation. It's very general, and there's nothing you can do with it or about it. And then we're on the other side, which also has happened to me within the past week, is conviction. So this is not exactly like I had done something wrong in particular. It's a very mild form of it. So I've been in this video challenge. I've been learning to make videos, and part of it is that I've been doing it with other people, and we are meant to, if we want to, ask for feedback. And I have asked for feedback, and someone said, your background is too busy for me. So that's an example of something specific. Okay, this is distracting for this person. And then I can think about it. How important is it to me to keep this background or to take their advice? So it's very specific. I have a solution. I can take some stuff out. I can leave them in if I want to, but it's a choice. I can do something with it. So I think it's very important that we, first of all, make the distinction between shame and condemnation and conviction, so that then we have like a clear path to what to do with it, because there's nothing we can do about shame and condemnation, but we have to solve it within ourselves, because sometimes people do this for whatever reason, and I'm going to address those reasons in a different video. But we can't stop other people from shaming and condemning us, but then we're left with feeling bad, and then what do we do with that? So that's going to be maybe not the next, but I think the next video. So one thing that I want to encourage you to do is, first of all, we have to separate the behavior from the person. Just because someone uses shame and condemnation and not conviction, it doesn't make them a bad person. We don't know why they did it. And just because something makes us feel bad, I think it's a bit of an overreach to call it that to assume that they meant to make us feel bad, or to assume that they're a bad person, because this is one behavior. And I actually have interacted quite little with the person who shamed me, but she has been very sweet in the past, very loving, very accommodating. So I cannot project on her, okay, now she's wrong and this, because then I'm doing it, that I'm shaming and condemning her. And it doesn't matter if I actually tell her, because I'm doing it in my own mind, right? So I'm focusing and spending time on those kinds of thoughts. So the first thing is, yes, to separate the behavior from the person. And we're going to talk more about it in the next video, about why they might have done it and what to do with it, and how to not get caught up in shaming and condemning them then. And so what I want to encourage you for the next few days, if you want to do it, and I will be doing this as well, because I'm also working on this myself. It's still taking me a while to be to the point where, okay, that's done. They said it, I'm over it. Like, it took me a few hours to get over the anxiety of reading that comment. So I want you to encourage for the next few days just to observe what other people do and how they respond to you or to other people. So just try to not make any assumptions like, oh, they must have, or they did, like, we don't know yet, right? We're going to figure that out later. But just observe, like, is this really general and it's making me feel bad and they're name calling me or someone else, or is this specific and on point, like, this is the thing, you could do this or something like this. Like, sometimes I think people call conviction constructive feedback, right? So not criticism. Criticism is on the other side. So one is a negative and unhealthy behavior, the shame and condemnation, and the other one is positive and it is healthy, and we want to do it, because if someone is making a mistake, we do want to help them. We don't want to just detach from them and just step back and, okay, whatever. And we're going to also learn how to do that, as I'm learning myself, because this whole thing is still very new to me. So this is what I wanted to share with you in this video. And sorry, I have some notes here. And in the next video, we are going to talk about why do people use shame and condemnation, and why don't they use feedback. And then we're going to talk about why people do use feedback, but that's pretty easy. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see in the comments, like, if this has happened to you, or if you want to share, like, what you've been observing, and if you decide to observe. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.